July 16, 2021, it's going to be exactly 1 year since we replaced the sign. But the change, the evolution of TDS has been so long. So first and foremost, shout out to Ernest and his company SignSend, who worked with me for over 2 years. And during the pandemic, after 2 years of planning us during the pandemic, at the worst time when our school was closed down, we were like, it's now or never. We got to pull the trigger. It doesn't matter what's coming, but we got to make a change. We got to have this light sign up. And so I want to talk about that journey. But this is the original one, Toronto Dance Salsa, with the beautiful dancing lady. And I am so blessed to have been part of the school since 2009, growing up in Salsa Level 1, being that student, being the worst dancer, not feeling like I belong in every part of my life, to now running this dance school and building this mission, spreading belong across the world. And so I'm keeping this here, actually, on my couch. It's actually very heavy. Like if I'm worried if this ever falls on me, it's gonna crush me. But this is a reminder of not only where it started, but now is always the time. There's always a reason. There's always a problem. There's always some obstacle why you should not pull the trigger on your dream. You should not take action. COVID or no COVID, there's a million reasons and obstacles. And sometimes it's just ignoring them and focusing on the 2-3 reasons why you should and doing it. And this is that sign journey, my journey, and TDS journey. There it is, Toronto Dance Salsa. Amazing. I'm at the studio in 2009. Alex took his first Salsa Level 1 class. And it was hard. It was hard when I walked in because every single student, not even the volunteers, assistant instructor, obviously, but every single student was better than me. And I remember I repeated Salsa Level 1 2 times. I remember when I finished Salsa Level 1, I ran home to my mom. I didn't have any money. I was 23. And I'm emotional. I come to my mom and I'm like, Mom, there's a problem. And I remember she was cutting some food. So she pointed the knife. She's like, who hurt you, my son? And I said to her, I finished Level 1 and I feel like I didn't get it. I didn't get it, and I don't have the money to do it again. She's like, no problem. She wrote a check right away and she handed it to me. And at that point I was training to be a marriage counselor. I was in university, psychology. Like, this is insane. Insane in the sense that I didn't realize that this would be my path. When I started dancing, I just wanted a place where I could feel confident in my body. I could move, not be so stiff. I struggled feeling like a guy. My friends would drag me to clubs and I always was just on the bar, not on the bar, at the bar. It wasn't on the bar. I was at the bar drinking, wasting money, watching my friends dance with girls, and I felt inadequate. I didn't feel like I belonged. And so I started here, Level 1, Level 2. And I remember around Level 4, Level 5, I wanted to be a volunteer at the school. We have like 40 to 60 volunteers at the school. These are just intermediate students who come back to Level 1 to help others. And they said no, because I wasn't a good dancer. So I went back to class and I was studying and I was working again to redid all the levels, and I went back and said, can I be a helper? And they said, yes, finally. And I wanted to be an assistant. They said no. I did performances. I did private lessons. Finally became an assistant. I said, hey, can I be an instructor? They said, no, there's no room even. You might not be an instructor for the next 2 years. I said, I don't care. I said, I don't care. I just know that this is something I have to do. And at this point, I was training to be a cop. I switched from marriage counseling to being a cop. But I just knew I belonged here. And about a month into training, I get a phone call saying I can't continue my training because the school owner injured her back and we need a male instructor to come in, someone senior, to take over the school owner's class. And they said, Alex, I'm sorry. I know how much this means to you, but we can't have you up front. We don't have room. I remember hanging out that was Sunday and I was crying. Crying because this thing was taken away from me and I couldn't fight it anymore. Like, I can't, I don't know what to do about this. I can't change my gender. I remember the next day I'm driving over to Evan Carmichael, who is gonna be the instructor at the school. I'm driving over to his place. I didn't know him at that point. I've only had a couple occasions where I met him. And he gets in the car and we're driving back and he looks at me, he says, listen, he says, I know you're not ready. You know, she told me that, you know, you've only been training a month, you're not equipped, you've only taught 5 minutes of a classes, and this is like 3 hours, 3 classes back to back. If you want this chance, I'll let you teach The whole class starting tonight, even though you're not ready, let you teach. I'm gonna be in the back, right there, in the back, right there, in this closet. I'm gonna be there. And every time you play music, you're gonna run in, I'm gonna give you all the mistakes you're making. And you're gonna go back and fix them when the music stops. And I remember my hands shaking as I'm driving, but this was that moment. It's like, it's not a good time. I'm not equipped, I'm not ready, I don't have the experience, I don't have the knowledge. But I was shaking and I said, yes. Not knowing that yes, a month later led to the conversation of, hey, you should be the one to take over the school. That yes. It was inconvenient. Like the sign outside. COVID times. The best opportunities come at the most inconvenient times. I keep learning. And just saying yes to trying it has been the consistent theme in my life of putting myself in places more often where I belong than where I don't. And that's just a small portion of it. That's the small portion of my life, of the TDS story. But the lesson of when those chances come, when those opportunities come, there is never a great time. Because Evan taught me, he said, Alex, if when you started, you're not afraid, you waited too long. If you're not uncomfortable, if you don't feel awkward, you waited too long. You lost time. When is a good time to change a sign? When is a good time to transform? When is a good time to lose weight? When is a good time to make a positive change, leave a toxic relationship? When is a good time? Now. It's the only time. If not you, who? And if not now, when? I love you guys.
I'm one of the greatest, ain't debating on. I'm still entertaining her, and then Medicaid, I'm like, I gave love and ain't debating on. She told me she loved me, she could make the fight, all the good, I'm on the day on my patience, need someone to help me until you back to the place. She said you got me out the door, I knew me up, but can't nobody stop the move. Let's go, left foot, right foot, then I take on, box off, do it again. I had to let my shit fall, blessings I'll shake. I had to send my mind to a better situation, so catch up. But put some cheese on me, get out of this spread. They out seeing me, she run me down, we're in the world, so she got my hair. Now baby, stand up. Girl, you. Now, stand up.